Hey YouTube, it's Tamika. I'm gonna try to talk louder than I have in past videos because I'll watch it and it'll be really low. So it's been a while since I've come by and done a video myself, so I figured I'd take some time out tonight because I have a new topic that I wanted to discuss. First, we'll do like little updates on Miss Gabby. She's doing good. Tonight, she was a little upset. She's trying to crawl, and her head is in the 70 percentile, so it's kind of hard for her to get it off. But she got the knees and the arms, and she can kind of lift her chest up. I should have recorded it, um, but so just like developmentally, she's doing really well. She, excuse me, she laughed one day. I think that was like probably the second time I've heard her laugh. So she's laughed. I mean, she smiles all the time, but in terms of a laugh, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but she's really like fixated on her hands. She just kind of stares at them, trying to get them to work. Um, I mentioned the crawl, but I noticed maybe like 2 weeks ago, probably the end of her second month, she just like kind of turned over. She was doing it when I put her in the bed, and I think like when we started co-sleeping, I think that kind of helped her to start to kind of start rolling over because she would do it in the bed, but then I would lay her on like her little tummy time mats, and before you know it, she's rolled over. She does it usually when I'm not looking, maybe because I'll intervene or whatever, but she would just like flip herself over, and before you know it, she's on her side. But now um, she's turning like all the way over on her stomach where her arm is kind of stuck under her, but she'll wobble and wiggle and eventually get her arm out. So I don't know where that came from. She started daycare this week. She was staying home with my cousin, but she started daycare this week, and she was turned over before daycare. But there's an 8-month old there, and Gabrielle is really like a people watcher. So I know she's watching this little girl and just seeing all the things that she's doing. So she's coming home trying stuff. Like today, she came home blowing spit bubbles. I'm like, where'd you get that from? But so she's blowing spit bubbles and just doing really good. Um, so excuse me, I got mosquito bites everywhere. It's like mosquito season here. Um, so, but basically, so the new adventure that I want to document. So let's see, I'll back it up. I taught elementary school for 4 years, like second and third grade. Second 3 years, third grade 1 year, and I liked it. But during the time I was doing my master's, so once I finished my master's, I went into counseling. I like counseling; it's cool, but there's something with the agencies out here where I don't know, just bad management. So, long story short, sometimes you don't get paid consistently, and clearly that presents some problems. So, I've been doing this for 3 years now, and I'm pretty much burnt out on that aspect of it. So, I've been doing some soul searching and trying to figure out what is next. So, at the end of my first year teaching, or even before I started teaching, I was always interested in like teaching overseas, but I was too scared to do it. Wasn't enough security, and that was, I feel like now more people are getting into it, um, and a lot of people know people that are doing it, so it's just a little bit more reputable. I was thinking about doing it at the time when, you know, nobody else was really doing it, or I didn't know anybody doing it. So anyway, um, I had a friend also that I met slash dated a little bit. She was a teacher. We actually started at the school system the same year, and she left like 3 years ago and went to teach there, and she's been there for 3 years. And at the end of her first year, she was promoted to head of faculty, which is I think right below the principal. So either way, she's in a leadership position out there. So anyway, so I did some soul searching. And I decided that I want to teach overseas. So I just started sending out my resume. I got a lot of bites for like Korea and China, but the one place I was most interested in is Abu Dhabi. I hope I'm not pronouncing it wrong. Abu Dhabi. Um, and I'm interested in that place. For one, it's in the Middle East. No, that's not why I'm interested. I'm interested in it because when you watch videos of the city, it looks just like the U.S. There are a lot of what they call Emirates there, which are immigrants and like people from all over the world, kind of make up that city. So it has some of the Middle East traditions, like being really conservative. They don't sell pork in most stores, and you have to have a liquor license to drink the liquor. So it's pretty conservative, but not as conservative as other Middle Eastern places. Um, it looks like a really cool place to live. They talk about how nice the people are and stuff to each other. Just it seems like a different place. Also, the perks for the job are pretty good. I would be making between 3,500 USD a month and 5,500 USD a month, which is really good. They don't pay teachers like that out here at all. In addition to that, I'll be getting free housing, free apartment, and when I first get there, I'll be staying in a hotel, and then I'll be shipped off to, cause like basically when you get there, you don't know what school you're gonna be teaching, what grade. They pretty much just kind of place you. So so I will find out all that stuff when I get there. But then when I first moved in, I'll get a housing allowance. They give you like $5,500 to furnish your housing, which is also slash, money to get by for that first month out there. But they pay for pretty much your room. You can rent a car if you don't live too far. So I've been really thinking about it, and I had a telephone interview, and it went really well, and so I'm moving to the next step of the process. From what I've been reading about the teachers that started in September, no, that are supposed to start in September, but they're already in the AUE. Just things are a little bit different from the U.S., which depends on where you are in the U.S. It seems a tad bit unorganized, or just kind of like they kind of take their time doing things, or not in any rush, so they kind of leaves people in limbo. So they're just saying one characteristic that you need is to be patient, and that's one thing I have learned with working with children, with working with these agencies out here, is patience. So I just feel like a lot of the things that have been going on in my life these last, I guess really since I've been a professional, have been kind of preparing me for this type of journey, I believe. So I'm excited, even though I haven't gotten the job yet, but that's secondary. I think because, um, yeah. Anyway, so I have my second interview um, in October. It might be in like Chicago, New York, or something like that. And I also have another interview with another company. The first interview I did was with Footprints. I actually signed up with them years ago to go to Korea. I got the job over the phone, and they were ready for me to go, but I freaked out. I wasn't ready. Um, and so I was invited to the second interview for them, and then teach. What is it? Teach away, teach, something like that. I have a telephone interview with them on the 10th of next month, and so I don't know how it's gonna work, but either way, I'm gonna try to go to one interview. I don't know. I don't know because the perks are pretty much the same except for Teach Away. You get it seems like they're more established there, so you don't necessarily get to furnish your own apartment. You may get a furnished apartment, or if wherever you are they don't have apartments out there, then they may let you furnish it. But I would rather furnish my own apartment. And also Teach Away, you take this online class through Toronto, some university in Toronto, to kind of prepare you for teaching in an Arabic nation. So that's that. I think if I had to choose, I would choose Footprints. Though I definitely want to furnish my own apartment, get my own apartment too. Sometimes they try to make you have roommates. But in regards to Miss Gabrielle, she's definitely coming with Um, and I guess the benefit of having a 7 month old who does, well, at the time she'll be 7 months. The, when I get there, because my job will start in January, so I'll probably leave like December, probably December through February, really. So, the sweet thing I was thinking about having a 7 month old is like she doesn't have a lot of stuff, but I'll be able to take a total of 4 bags, because checking on an extra bag is like $135. So I'll get 4 bags, and she probably will take up maybe. Well, I guess I'm gonna. I don't know. I probably won't bring much stuff from her for her. I'll just buy a lot of her clothes out there. Um, since she, will grow so fast. So she'll be in all her 6 to 9 month stuff, which isn't, when I think about it, not a ton, and it's to the, um, somewhat like the last stuff that she has now. Like I don't have any really like any 1 year old clothes or anything like that, so it'll just be the last of what she has, and we'll take it with us. So that'll leave a lot of room for me to bring some of my stuff, which I probably won't take much either, since I'm gonna buy new stuff out there in terms of like household items. I will bring, because I'm really kind of particular about my shampoo and my toothpaste, and pretty much my toiletries are certain name brands. So I'll buy like 6 of those to last me like at least a half a year. So then, when I come home during the summer or when I come home during the summer, then I'll be able to kind of stock up and see where I am. So that'll probably take up like almost a whole bag, taking a whole half a year worth of supplies. Um, I've been obsessing over it. I've been watching YouTube videos. I've been doing research. I'm a part of groups on Facebook and just reading, 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 reading. I know one of the barriers will be that it's illegal to be, I guess, I don't want to say illegal to be a lesbian out there, but there's no, PDA is not allowed. It's not even allowed for married couples. So, I guess I would like to talk to other lesbians that live out there to see, if I do by chance have a girlfriend, um, is it really like that serious? like is it really that serious? But it's not like they're not gonna hang you or anything. But I just think if you get caught, pretty much like here, if you get caught having sex outside, then you'll go to jail. Which everybody knows that happens if you get caught having sex outside. So, but I think it should be okay. Which is that's not really one of my focuses right now in life, but just 2 years down the line, you never know. So anyway, really excited about that. Um, yeah, I've been looking up like different clothes, like because out there you don't have to wear the head wrap, which I definitely know the name of it, but I forgot it because it's talked about and everything. But they say it's easier just to start wearing the head wrap, but you don't have to. But some of the teachers that are trying to fit in and really trying to show that they want to be a kind of a part of their society, they do participate. And I'm like, why not? I might wear just something like this on a regular basis, even though this is a nighttime cap. I'll get one for the day, and I'll be all for that. I may not wear the whole like head wrap, but definitely gonna participate as much as possible. You have to wear like long sleeves, even though it's like 105 degrees like all the time. Long sleeves. You have to wear skirts. You can wear pants, but I'm gonna wear skirts all the time. Long sleeve shirts and have my head wrapped. Um, I want to try to avoid renting a car, but they do have car rentals for like really cheap. The sweet thing about out there, excuse me, I'm itchy. I wasn't itching before I started doing the video, but I guess the video made me itchy. but so I want to avoid renting a car. I'd like to be able to save as much money possible as I can. That's really the goal. Is to pretty much, I think all I'd have to pay is maybe some utilities, Gabrielle's daycare, and that's about it. I did look up daycare prices. It's a little bit more. I think depending on the quality of the school, some schools were as cheap as like $30 a week, up to like The most I saw was like 180 a week, which I believe out here the standard daycare cost is like $180 a week. Even though I definitely pay way less than that now. So pretty much that won't be much different. I'm sure I could find a good daycare for what I pay now. What else? I'm excited. I want to try to learn Arabic, even though Arabic is not spoken, um, widely spoken there. Well, I'm sure it is widely spoken there, but the main language is English. So that won't be a super big deal. Um, and I guess pretty much what I'm learning from a lot of the research I'm doing is that I just have to be patient with everything, like waiting on, like I don't know, just some things are last minute, and from what I'm seeing, like in terms of like the interview, there's no date set for it. It's kind of just like thrown up in the air, which is cool with me. But I worry since it's in Chicago, getting a week's notice of the interview, and then I have to get like $1 billion flight to Chicago, and so I'm kind of not preparing to drive, but just kind of looking at both options. I don't want to drive, but if it's real short notice, I'm not going to spend like $1 billion on the flight. But if I get like a good amount of notice, then I'll definitely fly up. So what else? But yeah, so I'm pretty excited about the journey. I look forward to kind of tracking it on YouTube since I've always been like a blogger, but I like the platform here. Let's see what else. Also, like the schools out there, like when Gabrielle turns 3, she'd have to start, I guess, kindergarten. I think they start kindergarten at 3 out there. She can't go to the public schools because the public schools are just for I guess, the citizens. She has to go to, excuse me, the international private schools, and I heard those are pretty expensive. They do have a lot of people that are homeschooling, but if we're still out there at the time, we'll do international private school. So, which will be cool. And a lot of the daycares out there are like British ran and stuff, so it'll seem like a regular. I don't say regular, but it'll not be like where she's off spending the whole day with people that speak Arabic and she's completely lost and only like American, or the only I don't know what to call it, but yeah, she won't be the only foreigner. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, and so I'll keep you guys posted on when my interview is and how the interview with the other company goes. Also, I was contacted by another company, but they do the private international schools, and they pay a lot less. And yeah, I'm going out there mostly to get back into teaching, mostly for to be set up to save lots and lots of money. So, all right, ladies and gents, I will talk to you later. Missed you. Just really hadn't felt like doing a video, but I'm just like, how hard is it to do a video? So stop being difficult. But alrighty,